If you find yourself asking questions like, why do I keep getting triggered? Why do I overthink everything? How can I know what to do and still not be able to do it? Why do I freeze or second guess myself? Then stay with me, because this isn't what most people think it is. What's happening might be easier to understand if we think about it like a little small animal that keeps running back to safety, even when maybe there's nothing actually wrong. If it thinks there's danger, if it perceives danger, it's gone because it's trying to survive. Your system works the same way. Now, this video is for spiritually aligned coaches and leaders who know they have a purpose but can't seem to fully move forward because you feel something inside is still missing. Now, it's not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you were never taught what to do in that moment when something else just starts to take over. And if you know that moment, you already know what I mean. You might go into, say, explaining instead of staying grounded in your truth. Or maybe you're about to make a decision and you can feel that frustration or confusion starting to creep in. Maybe you're in the middle of a conversation, they say something and something suddenly shifts. Or maybe it's when pressure rises and you feel yourself pull back. That moment right there is everything. But most people don't even know to look there. They often think that the problem would be like the trigger or the situation, or maybe that other person, right? But that's not exactly where we need to look. We need to look just beyond the trigger moment, because what matters is what comes right after we get triggered. And if you miss that moment, your old pattern has already taken over. So what often comes next are thoughts like, I probably just need more clarity. I need to think this through. Maybe I need another certification. All those thoughts, they're not random. That's how you've been programmed and taught to think. To be clear, all the things you've learned, all the tools and information, they matter. But on their own, they're not enough, because there's something that's happening underneath that. And even if you can't fully explain it or describe it yet, I'll bet you can feel it. So let's go a little deeper into what that feeling is. As a coach, I'm going to bet you aren't looking for more content. You got plenty, right? I'll bet you've already had a whole lot of training. But if that's true, and you still feel like something's missing, what comes next might help you answer why that is. So what's missing? What's missing is the ability to use what you know in the moments of stress or pressure. And even deeper than that, what's missing is your nervous system feeling safe enough to move forward. So that moment when you want to move, but you just kind of can't, that moment matters more than you think. Because when stress or pressure hits, something else starts to take on over. So if you wonder, why do you keep thinking or second guessing yourself? Even when intellectually you know what to do, this is it. This is the gap. This is the gap between knowing something and then being able to do it. So what would that look like? That would sound like something like, I know I want to stop overthinking, but why can't I do that? I know I want to raise my prices, but something keeps stopping me. I know my work, but why should people listen to me? Now, most people try to resolve this by thinking more or trying harder. And many of us thought, I'll get another certification. That should help. But this isn't a thinking issue, and that's not what closes the gap. What actually closes the gap is growing your ability to hold more in that moment. to hold more pressure, more emotion, more uncertainty. Because if you haven't learned how to do this, how to hold more, it means your system has hit its edge. It goes back to feeling what's safe, just like that small animal that perceived danger and it ran back to safety. So when it's time, you learn what's motivating you in the moment. That way, when you get triggered, not only can you stay present and aligned, you can also see and understand what was shaping it as it occurs. And that knowing, that understanding, that shift changes everything that comes after that. Now, people who work with me find that the work we do is grounded in how your system actually functions. The brain, your body, your emotions, because there's a reason why we act the way we do. And it's not random, and it's not because anything is wrong with you. It's because your system is actually doing exactly what it was designed to do. And once you can really get a hold of that and learn that, you stop trying to outthink it or try to fix yourself, because now you're working with what's happening and not against it. You understand what your brain and your body are doing in the moment, and that changes what you do emotionally. So basically, you learn how to stay present even when it's hard. Not afterwards, not when you're figuring it out later when things are calm, but right then and there while it's happening, because that's where your choices are. That's where your steadiness and self-trust live. And that's where the options for your choices and decisions expand. So in the period of trainings that you've done, you may have learned how to notice, how to pause, how to respond instead of react. And yet, there are times when those moments make you question why you aren't able to do what you're trying to do. So what if you could learn how to notice, pause, and respond in moments of stress? So that even when there's pressure, even when there's highly charged emotion, even when it feels uncomfortable, or when you feel challenged. And if you're saying, nah, I've already tried that and that didn't work, I get it, that makes sense. But this work isn't about trying harder. It's about what your system can hold in that moment and then learning how to expand it to hold more. Now again, most people were never shown how to do that. I know I wasn't. Not in group trainings, not in coaching, one-on-one, not even in therapy. No one showed me how to do this for myself. I mean, like you, I could understand it. I could teach things. I could support other people and help them do things, probably like you can and probably like you do. But still, there were those pressure moments where I'd shut down or second guess myself, pull back, not follow through. And I just remember wondering, why? Why does this keep happening when I know what to do? It's like I know something, but I can't seem to do it. So here's what I know is what's happening. When a person reaches the edge of their system, it reaches the edge their system can hold, they don't need more theory, they need more practice. They need practice understanding what's motivating their behavior. They need practice in how to shift from following the old pattern to creating a new pattern. They need practice with other people going through the same things, because we can't always see in ourselves what we can see in others. Now, if this resonates, if this is something that made you pause and think, maybe there's something here for me, then you can subscribe and stay with this work. If it is what this channel is here for, to help you see these moments more clearly, to help you stay present a little bit longer, to help you build the steadiness to choose differently. So you're not just understanding your life, you're beginning to experience it differently.